Hey guys, NYK31 here, Madden 20, playing with the Cleveland Brownies. Got a couple of games here. The first game is against the Saints. The second game will be against a classic Dallas Cowboys toter. I'm sure you're breathlessly eager to see that. But anyway, first game I'll be playing with the Cleveland Browns default offensive playbook. Second game I'll be playing with the air raid. Y'all didn't tune in to see the Browns run their playbook. You came to watch Baker air raid run the offense he ran in college. So that's what I'll do, at least for the second game. But anyway, Brownies are pretty good. Nick Chubb has that armbar superstar X Factor ability, and you have Odell Beckham and Landry and Joku. The line is average. Defensively, not bad. You have a good front four, and I just wake up and Mike. Yeah, that was just lazy, stupid, and don't do stuff like that. Come on, wake up. But defensively, you have a good defensive line with Myles Garrett. He's an X factor pass rusher. He has a whole bevy of really good pass rush superstar abilities and a X factor ability as well. Dominant force. Olivier Verner's not too bad. My good buddy Sheldon Richardson. Corners. I decided to start Greedy Williams. Why the hell not? And Denzel Ward isn't that bad either. Demarius Randall, he's pretty good. Burnett is average as far as the safeties are concerned, or the strong safety position rather. Linebackers are okay. They're athletic but not great in coverage, with the exception of Mr. Schobert. And the Saints here, they're loaded offensively. You got Drew Crew, Kamara, Michael Thomas, and they're a solid team across the board in this game. Defensively, you got to watch out for Cameron Jordan, and you got Marshawn Lattimore. And wow, good throw there, really good throw. So he's playing pretty well. He's playing like he has some sense. And on offense here, I'm just trying to keep myself conscious of Mr. Cameron Jordan. I had a bit of a back and forth on Twitter the other day with a misguided soul complaining about the pass rush and how he's getting wrecked and getting sacked 4, 5, 6 times by the Fletcher Coxes of the world. As far as the pass rush is concerned, the only legitimate complaint regarding the pass rush is, I do agree and I do believe that interior double teams are being split too soon or too easily. Too easily as far as that's concerned. Everything else is fine. But here's my thing about that. If you cannot figure out, EA devs, a way to tune the split pass blocking double team issue without compromising what you've done with the overall rush, if that would compromise how the other pass rushers are performing, the edge rushers and whatnot, leave it alone. Don't touch it. If you can't figure out how to fix something without it compromising the game, leave it be. I'd rather have that be overpowered than stuff like armbar, which is a complete nightmare. Armbar is absolutely crazy. You're going to see Nick Chubb have an armbar run from me in this, and, it's something serious. I mean, these armbar backs, you see it in, Friday Night Football, and you've seen it on display, highlights from Mutt games and all of that. In Regs, it's just as potent, of course. It's just a little bit too much. There needs to be more of an answer besides, cut stick. Jeez. Because we have the numbers in the box. You see guys with numbers in the box, and I was watching Friday Night Football, and Clef was playing, and he had a box stacked, and multiple guys in the backfield against Zeke, and should have been a 5 to 6 yard loss, and Zeke stiff-armed them all to the ground, and it ended up being a no gain. I mean, that's nuts. It is absolutely nuts. That needs to either be a in the zone ability, or if it's going to stay a superstar ability that's always active, needs to be toned down, because yeah, it's really unbalanced right now. Numbers in the box is not being respected at all, and to compound that, as Mike Thomas, we get the dreaded two-handed press animation the chuck and duck animation, which you don't get nearly as much in press quarters as you do in press cover 3 for whatever reason. But, you know, as I was saying, it's not like guys are not putting guys in the box, they're just being ignored. Like here we here we truck stick to the defensive tackle and then truck stick to either an outside backer or a safety. I couldn't really tell, and it's off to the races. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Wow. So yeah, I mean, the evidence and feedback is overwhelming. Something has to be done about that. But as far as the rush is concerned, you know, gotta change how you play. You know, you can't just have, you know, a trash offensive line. The guy who I was going back and forth with on Twitter, he was using the Minnesota Vikings, who've got one of the worst offensive lines in the league and also one of the worst offensive lines in the game. I mean, they have starters on their OL who are rated in the 60s, and it's going up against the Eagles, where you got Fletcher Cox, you got Brandon Graham, Barnett, you have Jernigan, you have Malik Jackson. They're just loaded down there, and you're just running 30-yard crossing routes. You're not giving yourself any outlet. You're bailing out wide at the first sign of trouble to make it worse, and the guy's playing contains on a 5-man rush, and you're ending up in 2nd and 18, you know, 2nd and 30, as we're going to take this to the house here with Antonio Callaway. You know, you got to manage the sticks better. Manage your down and distance and play ahead of the sticks. The intermediate area is, you know, pretty darn easy to hit. You got plenty of options that you can, you know, go to as far as having progression reads. Like here I'm running a spot concept here, nice and fast here. I actually probably could have run that in, but I didn't want to risk getting blasted, so I possession caught it. You got to have multiple levels. You know, the user can attack the entire field as well as we used to be able to. I mean, we can place the ball better, take advantage of that. Jeez. There I screwed up an RPO. I didn't realize that was an RPO that I had to manually hand the ball off, as Joe Schobert gets the INT, and we will close this bad boy out. And when it didn't really play my best in that game, but we still, you know, regained our focus, and did what we had to do. Now here is the Cowboy toter. Cowboys are by far and away the best team in Regs. Sick O-line. Zeke has superstar traits up the wazoo, led by the dreaded armbar. You got a good receiver. Dak isn't that great. I mean, but you got Amari Cooper, who you can't just completely disrespect. And defensively, they're fast. They have DeMarcus Lawrence that can do a lot of things as far as their linebackers are concerned. Speed there, Byron Jones, and the X factor DeMarcus Lawrence. You gotta be aware of as well. You just can't disrespect those guys, man. You gotta protect yourself. Slide protect, get the ball out. You know, take calculated shots. But here, you know what we're gonna get. I'm playing 4-3 under. I move my overhang backer out of step to prevent them from being washed to the inside. They still have that legacy issue of not holding leverage in their default position. It's way too pinched in. I actually get them in 3rd and 7, but, you know, guy comes free. It's just a tough break. And I'm starting out crashing my line out because I don't want to give up the stretch. And I'm manually shooting for the dive. You know, Zeke almost runs through this. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. That's insane. See, that's what I want to stop. I want to stop that bounce to the outside. I want to stop stretch to the outside. So we did a good job there. I'm going to come right back and run inside zone. And see how my linebacker didn't, you know, fit there? He was right there to fit that gap. But he turned himself for no damn reason. And, you know, touchdown. So, on offense, we're air raiding. That really has to get looked at. But anyway, we're air raiding on offense. We dial up the double post against Tampa 2. Nice to have that working back again. Thank you very much. He brings a blitz. We hit Jarvis Landry. Landry and OBJ are really nice to have. Really nice. RPO action, and we, you know, answer. So, you know, the thing with these guys, most of these guys, they're not as good as the pro players. As he goes forward again. So when they do this toe stuff, if you manage to stop it, their reads are almost always just horrible. And again, he just rips right through there. And I'm going to stop spreading my line out after this, and that's going to make a big difference as far as turning this game around. But, you know, guys who are relying on this for their offense, I think ultimately they're going to be hurting in the long run because I can't see this staying. They're going to be hurting in the long run if they don't develop a passing game, because most of them are like that. Most of them are not as savvy as the pro guys. Most of them have crap reads. They can't make a read once their first read is gone. They hold the ball too long, and a guy like Myles Garrett sacks them. So if you can get them into that kind of situation, you know, you're going to beat most of them. But the really savvy guys who can run and pass are going to be hard to beat. But if you can't throw, and that's been your crutch, and that gets scaled back to be more balanced, you're going to have issues, you know. But right now, it's, if you run up against a guy who, you know, uses the Cowboys and they're plentiful in the Regs world, or if you're playing Mutt right now, it's basically either caveman football, where they just pound the ball, they play like 1990s Nebraska in the power I, or it's dudes trying to piece together, you know, how they want to play defense. Me, I'm still playing a bevy of match. I'm playing match and man. That's basically it. And there's some spot drop here and there, and an occasional blitz. But I like to have, you know how I like to roll. I like to have my pass rushers in there doing their thing, an occasional blitz here and there. But I'm not really very blitz heavy. I like to play my match coverage, and this year you can play more man coverage and feel pretty good about it. Man is not in that bad of a place. Of course, with match, there's a litany of bugs, as I've been going over in my coverage video series, where I've done cover 3, quarters and palms versus 2x2 and trips. I'm going to do cover 6, 9, and cover 2 as well. I just need a little bit of a break. I mean, I was getting tired. I did an awful lot of work on those, and I really haven't touched offense at all. Offense, I'm just doing basic stuff. I'm not getting overly, you know, complicated or exotic, because truth be told, you don't really need to. Just run your high-low reads. Don't be greedy. Here is Rage Kia. Every now and then, Rage Kia comes out to play. You guys know me as a pretty calm and collected guy, but every now and again I get annoyed, and that was a situation where I said, I'm going for it in 4th down no matter what, because I'm irritated, because I have no regard for this guy at all. And sure enough, 3rd and goal from the 7, he's running 13 personnel halfback dive. I mean, you're just a clown. You are trash. You are garbage. You're horrible. I mean, let's call it like it is. That's just flat out cowardice. that's coward football. But anyhow, 14-13. You hit Njoku on the shallow cross. He's going to rumble a little bit. I mean, that's just being, you're scared to throw. If you're scared to throw in this Madden, you'll never be able to throw in Madden. Ever in life. Up top we go. So 21-13. We're in pretty good shape. I don't really see him being able to climb out of this. Runs play action. You know, he's going to get outside. No big deal. I mean, this is the extent of his offense. We're not going to get, you know, eaten up by the dive anymore. Here we accidentally run commit. I've never in my life run commit on purpose, and, you know, I'm pretty comfortable with the D-pad now, but once in a blue moon that still happens, and that gets him right back into it. He's going to go for 2, of course. Nope, does not get in. I think with better run stick he would have, but anyway, we're still up 21-19. We're on a little bit of smash. OBJ after the catch is a witch. No joke. Here we get a terrible throw. Terrible throw. Thrown a mile high and over the head of my receiver. My God, look at this play that Denzel Ward makes. Really nice there. Really nice. Playing contains. We're there. So we're going to be in 4th and long here. He busts out some gun bunch. Only sending out 3. And again, we're containing. We get an interior rusher through on the split double team. And we hold him short. So it should be all over but the crying. I could have done better than that in that run. That was, I left some yards in the field in that. Gonna go smash again, been having some good success with it, but he clicks on and gets the hit stick, so gonna have to settle for 3. Disappointing there. I cut up a little bit prematurely on the outside zone, and then that one, I had my choice of corner routes, but he just made a good user click on and made the play. Can't complain about that. So, play hatch, and that's my guy there. That was my fault. I was in the quarter flat there. Mine all the way. So that's on me. Running dive still. No huddle. No huddle, 2-minute drill, and he's in 13 personnel. That tells you everything you need to know. Quarter flat gets out leverage to the sideline there. Not good there. So we are going to do a little bit of man coverage here. Man cover one with a robber in the hole. And he's going to hit Jason Witten here in the corner route. You know, that's just, yeah, I mean, that'll happen. I kind of wanted to change the picture a little bit there. You know, he just ran the right route. You know, what can you do? Runs inside, cut stick him there. No armbar for you. And there's no doubt in my mind he's going to make a mistake and screw something up here. Here comes the angle route, and here's the mistake. But we do not get the user. I should have clicked on it on hindsight. I probably would have gotten the user, but they knock it down. Again, he just has to know where to go. He just doesn't have, you know, very good reads. And that could have been another game-ending INT. 4th and long. He tries to scramble. Again, we contained. And he's going to cough it up, and that'll be the game. So that is that. There you go. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.